The average American reaches a net worth of 100K at the age of 29 years old. And for the last 6 years, I've put basically all my time towards reaching that goal. And this year, while I'm in this tax, period where I'm filing my taxes, I've officially hit $100,000 net worth. So net worth is not the number I have in my bank account. This includes also the assets I own, including my car and all this technology and everything I own. Obviously, most of it is in a savings account, but after hitting that big milestone that most people spend their whole 20s grinding for, honestly, nothing has changed. Not as much as I have hoped. And I've realized to really have a drastic change in lifestyle or living situation, you need much more than $100,000. So I think the moral of this video will be to tell you to stop chasing the money. And I don't mean this in a way that you shouldn't prioritize money or you should not even try to make money. It's not at all what I'm saying, because I know how valuable it is. I know the freedom it gives me, especially at a young age. I can go on vacation whenever I want. I can go to any restaurant and not care about the bill. These small things really are fun. Having a fun little car, that is better than maybe the average person. But all these things don't really bring happiness. They don't even bring fulfillment. I mean, at the end of the day, they are just things. It brings a slight freedom to your life, sure, but money isn't something that you use to buy happiness. You can buy things that bring you happiness, like I bought a car that is more fun than, let's say, a Civic, right? That brings me happiness when I drive it, but it doesn't directly correlate to my personal happiness, right? And I've realized this in the last couple weeks while I'm not trading as much because of these market conditions. I'm realizing that kind of what is the point to all of this, right? I thought when I was younger, oh my God, I need this money. It's going to change my life. I'm going to get all these girls and stuff. Well, honestly, nothing has changed really in my life. I mean, I have a couple friends, family, and stuff, and people around me, but other than that, my life has not changed much. Everyone is telling me, oh, you make all this money, all this money, all this money, but really there's no difference between me and someone else that just doesn't have this, right? There's nothing. I probably have less than them because of the experiences and relationships that I've missed out on because I've spent too much time chasing the bag, right? So the message of this story or of this video is to let you know that don't focus on the money. Focus on the journey that you will take to one day achieve the wealth that you desire, but don't chase the money because there will always be more. There will always be a next step. It's an endless chase for, at the end of the day, what? Materialistic things. So I am saying that money is extremely important. It's important in every situation of life, even more today than it was 50 years ago. We really do need money for everything. And that is why, obviously, having the bare minimum, having a little safety net, not living paycheck to paycheck is the bare minimum. You have to have that. But once you're at that point and all your needs are met, it's all the wants, right? Oh, I want the BMW. Oh, I want this, that. But you really have to focus on your journey as a person. Really focus on what is your vision? What is that end goal that you want to reach in the future? And slowly take those steps every day to one day achieve that goal. And ever since I've been 12 years old, I've been wanting to make $100,000. Make or have $100,000. Now, I've reached that at 18 years old. It took me 6 years. Obviously, at the beginning, I was maybe making $2,000-$3,000 a year, but by now, I'm making much more. So once I've reached it, the next milestone is I'm saying it's the million, right? The big million. Now, if I stay at the pace that I'm on right now, I reach the million by about late 21 to 22, around there, right? If I'm keeping on this path of compounding all these investments and I still have this very strong job that brings a very significant income, right? But if I keep on the track that I'm going right now, I will reach that million by 21, 22, which is extremely young. I mean, most people reach the million by maybe 45, 50, and some people don't even reach that milestone. So I'm not saying that I'm letting the foot off the gas, but I'm just saying that I will just focus my mind on different things. I have a skill now that I can make money from, which is great, but it's all based on capital. You can't just trade more and make more. That's not how it works. You just need to slowly accumulate more money and then trade with that more money, that capital. But once you've reached the state that you just don't see an end to the chase, right? There really isn't. There's just no end to it. There's always going to be the better car. There's always going to be the bigger house. There's always going to be the more expensive watch. There's always going to be more jewelry. There's always going to be more designer clothes. But what is important is really, what I've realized recently is really the people, the relationships. Because let's say I'm able, if I want to go on 5 vacations a year, right? Obviously I'm limited by time, but I could go on 5 vacations a year. But do I really want to go on a 2-week vacation to a, resort in Mexico alone? No, I want to go with people that I enjoy spending time with. But those people aren't at the same stage that they can spend, $10,000 a year on vacations. They're just not there yet. So at this point, at this stage of my life, I really just don't see a point in pushing as much as I have been. I spent the majority, at least the end of my high school period, really focused on making money. Making money, that was the one thing on my mind. The one thing on my mind. And now that I've reached this goal that I put out to myself when I was 12 years old, I see that there is future steps, obviously, and I will reach those, and I have bigger dreams, some very crazy dreams and visions for myself, but I do have to take a little step back from my life and see myself as a third-person view for a bit and say, what am I truly missing in life right now? Because it's not money. At this age, it's not money. It isn't. So I took a step back and I'm going to start focusing my time on stuff that is better maybe for my mental health, for the relationships around me. And I want to find a different meaning than just money. Or a different, how can I say this? That illustration, I'll put up a picture, but that illustration of the pig with the carrot in front, always dangling there, it will never reach that carrot, but it will always try. So that's how I see money. I will always try to make money, but you will never reach that, crazy wealth or that 0.0001%. that is so hard to obtain that it's like, do I really want to spend my, youth days just, wasted on skills that can make crazy amounts of money, but what am I truly, escaping or missing in that life? And I've realized that I do value connections much more than I thought when I was 12 years old. And I'm realizing now that I've probably lacked in that department now. I don't know that many people. I've excluded myself from groups, from parties in high school, because I was so focused on one thing. So that's my message. Focus on the journey, your personal journey, because everyone is different. Me and that other guy right there, we won't have the same journey. It's impossible. We were born with different circumstances. We've gone through with different experiences. So really, I want to tell you from personal experience that focusing on the journey and not the materialistic destination is the way to go. I could have taken 2 years longer to reach this goal, but have a better friend circle or relationships with people, I don't know, at school or whatever. So that's what I want to come on here and say, that money really isn't everything. It's something that you need, for sure. You can't deny that. You're going to need it for every situation in your life. But don't make it the main goal. Make it a binary product of the work that you put into on that path that you're on. So yeah, I think this is going to be it for today. I won't even plug all my stuff. This is just kind of a little message to the people. Really focus on yourself, not on the materialistic destination. That's my message. So yeah, that'll be it for today, and I'll post more videos, probably more about trading though. But yeah, if you like this, like, subscribe, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Ciao.